came out here to do this video of my truck. My channel's not just specifically about my truck, but I thought it's time I did a quick walk around and just showing what I've done. I've done a lot of stuff to my truck before I started doing YouTube, and I just thought one day, well, there are other people making just as boring videos as mine, so why couldn't I do that? So I thought some people would benefit from some of what I do, so I decided to start doing these YouTube videos. Look at that view out there. I live out here in the desert of America. So I'm going to flip the camera around and just walk around my truck and show you some of the things I've done and some of the things I'm going to do, and try to keep it brief. Okay, so this is my, Okay, so this is my 2000 Chevy S10 ZR2. This is the second S10 ZR2 I've had. The first one was a 2001. I drove that for 3 years, and then I got this. Actually, I had a full-size GMC before that, but then I got this. And I've done quite a few things to it. I'll go over some of those. I don't want to bore the hell out of you by going over this video. The main thing I've done, as you can see, is I've got some Falcon Wild Peak AT3s on there. Those are 32 11 5x15. I'll also point out a lot of the damage, which there is a big dent right there. I did not do that. I came out one day and it was there. There's also some dents down here. I did not do those either. I haven't done any of the dents. So it's basically stock, other than the tires. And I took the front bumper valance off to get more clearance. Painted my tow hooks red. I take that back. I did put that dent in the bumper. I was trying to push over a stump, and it didn't work. So now I have a dent in my bumper, bump in my denter. I have done some things to the engine. You've probably seen some of those on my videos. I put well, let me open the hood. Okay, so I've lifted the hood. One of the things I've done is I've got an aluminum 3-core radiator. I've got this 145 amp alternator out of I think they come in an Avalanche or a big SUV or something like that. Otherwise, everything else in here is stock. I'm going to do the intake manifold gaskets in a video coming up. The only other thing, I've rebuilt the whole entire front suspension with the exception of the lower control arm bushings. I've put in came with an aluminum front differential. I put in a steel one out of a 5-speed model. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I've done various little things here and there. I've done the brake reservoir, which I did a video on that. Replaced this coolant tank. Somebody's probably going to come along and think I need help. And then this is my dog here. Hey girl, what are you doing? She's chilling with me out here. So that's all I've done. Rebuilt the suspension, steel differential. Not much else aftermarket. All stock stuff. Just kind of beefed up the front differential. Stock drive shaft. Replaced the U-joints. The rear axle has been rebuilt. Put all new bearings and everything in there. I took the stock locker out of there, and you've seen that video I did where I bought a locker and it was the wrong one. So I have to find the right one. I will find a right one and install that. Plane going overhead, of course. Out here in the middle of nowhere, and there's an airplane. But just to go over some of I have replaced the exhaust from the catalytic converter back. I've got like a turbo muffler. Some of the things I am going to do is I want to get a roof rack. Paint's kind of peeled off my top there. And coming around here to the back, I've got this shell, And right now I've just got some cardboard in there and this little tote, and I am going to try to put like a platform, clean it up. Spilled something in it, discolored my bed liner. If this was done in Colorado where I got the truck, it was done here by this company here in Littleton. They did the topper and the Rhino liner. But I do plan on doing a platform type thing with maybe some storage over here or platform storage over there. I kind of like that setup. I don't like the whole platform all the way across. I don't plan on doing like a overlander. I mean, there's a million channels you can poke a stick at, find one of them where there's a high dollar build of somebody doing a Tacoma or something. But this is my truck, and you know, I've had it since 2007 and had 36,000. Now it's got 136,000. I put all those miles on there driving around myself. So those are some of the things I'm going to do, some of the things I've done. And here on the inside, all I did, sorry about the mess, I usually keep this pretty tidy, but I've got things thrown in there. I did put this fire extinguisher, mounted that on there. Pay no attention to that hot hat, that's not mine. I've had that in there for something a long time ago. And the only other thing I've done in here, there's my dog again, hey girl, is I put this double din stereo in there. Don't look at the camera, girl. And I think you may have seen the video, I did that. But otherwise it's pretty much stock in here, and except for the dog and the fire extinguisher. And I got a fire extinguisher to put in the bed. It's down there on the floor somewhere. So one of the things I'm gonna do is the LEDs in the bumper. I started that video. You'll probably see that coming up next when I finish. I have LEDs in the stock housings, but they're not bright enough when I back up because I've got, you know, one window, two window, three tinted windows to look through at night, and it just is not that view. It's hard to see at night when you're backing up. Okay, so as I was saying, there's too many cars driving up and down this road. I thought I was out in the middle of nowhere, but I tried to keep this video brief, and I kind of think I went over everything. If there's something I forgot, we'll get to that later on. Oh, I did put Bilstein shocks. Probably saw one of those videos, front and rear. Other than that, I think I covered everything. So I got a video coming up on the rear backup LEDs, and then a video coming up on the intake manifold gaskets. And then we'll get to maybe some of the fun stuff like the roof rack and doing the bed. So with that, I am gonna take off, get out of this video here. There's too many cars driving up and down this road, so I will see you on the next one.